GG, I am DJ John Tavall, Lonnie Nail, Chris Ryder. We got a special guest. Lonnie Nail, do the introduction, please.
You already know, man. Already know from Dinner at the Round Table podcast. We got AYISHA OGLIVIE in the house running for State Committee Assembly District 71. What's up, AYISHA? How you doing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There she goes.
Welcome back.
yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes, yes.
My glasses. I'm gonna take my glasses.
So we got AYISHA on real quick just for her to explain how the ballots work, so you can go vote for her, so she can make a difference in Washington Heights and Harlem in the Dykeman area. What's going on, man? You finally on the ballot.
I'm on the ballot. Thank you so much for having me. It's good to be back. I see you guys been doing your thing, grinding hard. I love it. All the work that I see coming out of dinner round table. Dime cómo es.
Dinner at the Round Table podcast.
Estoy trabajando mucho, mira. Pero
man.
Dinner at the Round Table podcast, definitely. I've been seeing the work that you guys have been doing. We definitely need more voices. It's one of the reasons why I'm running, because we need to be having the right conversations about the dynamics that are taking place in our communities. Tomorrow is election day. So from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., you can go to your local polling site in order to vote. I created a bit.ly, so bit.ly/vote for AYISHA. You can find out exactly where your local poll site is so that you could cast your vote. And
Absolutely.
I would ask that you cast it for AYISHA OGLIVIE.
Awesome. And yo,
We
listen.
definitely endorse.
Yeah, man, definitely. And you guys got to get out there and vote, man. That's the only way to make a difference. And we have to do it at a local level. All that other stuff,
That's where it
doesn't matter. That's
starts
where
at.
it first starts at. With your community leaders, and
Family
where
men,
you
all
live
that.
at. You know what I mean? So that's great that you're doing that, man. I'm proud of you. You made it.
Thank you.
Well, you ain't make it to office yet, but you made it to the ballot.
I made it to the ballot. And just a little bit about how I made it to the ballot. The standard amount of signatures was reduced because of the pandemic beginning.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
So we needed to there was a whole petition of us, right? Because basically the way that this is currently operating is slates are created. So people who are in this political field will say, you know, here's who we want for all the positions, from include like your elected positions, the elected office positions, all the way down to judicial delegate, state committee is what I'm running with, which there's a state committee woman and there's a state committee man position. And then there's county committee. County committee is not being voted on right now in our district, but judicial delegates are being voted on right now in our district. And so there was a requirement to have 150 signatures to get on the ballot. So I was approached and asked to run by multiple people. And one of the reasons why I decided to run is because the way that this operates currently is almost in secret, which to me is not true democracy. It is being done by people in the political sphere deciding who they believe should be in these positions. And if it's not contested, it's not public. It doesn't go to the election poll. Actually, when I ran for county committee, I won county committee last year, which was June 25th was the election day. And had I not run, the polls would not have even opened. The people that were selected for those districts by the powers that be would have automatically been installed as county committee members.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Why that's not acceptable to me is, first of all, the people that were running in my district didn't even live in my election district area.
Wow.
They lived in a completely different part of our community, right? So like I live near, 170 near the hospital area. They live in Cabrini, which is a different population. It's a different income threshold than some of the other areas of the district, right? Not only that, I was born in Harlem, but I moved here when I was 5 years old. I know my community, I love my community, and I very regularly step in the gap for the people in our community to give voice to the issues that I see us facing. So people who many people never heard of. People from my election district, when I showed them the names, they were like, who is that? I never heard. Who? This person is not representing me. This person is not visible or transparent to me. How do I know that they represent my interests? The problem is that you don't. So that was, and that's actually one of the main incentives for me deciding to run for county committee, because I don't feel that that's democracy.
Absolutely, I agree.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I won that position, 75% of the vote, but really not a lot of people turned out for that. So this election is about getting as many people to turn out as possible. I feel like we have the power. The problem is that because the political field works the way that it does, we don't have the insight. We don't have the window into it to even know that we have this power, or to know that we should be showing up for these positions. And for somebody like me, who really is the underdog in this situation, it's more of a hill to climb than the incumbents who have everything in place. They got the funding in place. They got the support of the powers that be.
Oh yeah.
You know, marketing wise, all that stuff. So being on this platform right now, I was awake at 4 a.m. because I was working, right? I was working on, you know, what's the strategy to continue to get the word out. And I was overwhelmed with seeing all of a sudden my story blowing up from you guys. From multiple platforms, just seeing. And then, you know, what ended up happening is, as a result of sharing that, then other people started to share it. So I right now have the most stories that I've ever posted that were specific to me.
Yeah, I was looking at it.
Wow. The work that you guys did that I didn't even know you were gonna do. And I'm internally grateful. So just to tell you a little bit about state committee, and not just state committee, but all of these positions that are being voted on right now, is about power. These positions, someone posted on my timeline yesterday, oh, you're running for the position that was held by Adam Clayton Powell, right? So I Googled it briefly. I didn't have, you know, a lot of time to go deep into the weeds with it, but I did find not specifically that he was in the position that I'm running for, but that he was installed by the position that I'm running for. So basically, the state committee decided we're going to run Adam Clayton Powell and we're going to put him into power. So there are times when we, the electorate, which are the people who vote, make decisions about who's going to be in a position through the vote. But then there are times that these positions, they are the ones voting for the decisions that are going to be making about who's going to represent us.
Right. So they're more like selected than being elected, in other words.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And, you know, knowing that, just even like knowing the history, that like how important is Adam Clayton Powell in the scheme of things, right? That's to show you the kind of power that it yields. And it could yield positive benefits and it could yield negative benefits. But no matter what happens with this vote, my intention is to continue to raise the visibility of these dynamics, so that people understand. Like if you Google right now, what is the state committee? You're not going to come up with a lot of hits. You're not going to come up with a lot of hits about what the history of who has held these offices, what the choices are that they've made, what the rules are about what they can and cannot do. Like I put in the work because, hello, I'm looking to step into this position. I need to understand it. And it's just not there. And in 2020, where information is so readily available to us, that to me seems like something that's strategic, right? Or even if it's not strategic, it's really saying to the voters, it's not important that you know about this.
Oh, that's crazy. We got to change that for sure. But you already know, Aisha, man, appreciate you coming on. You already know, go vote for Aisha Ogilvie.
I just
June
wanted to say
23rd,
one thing before she goes.
We got the next guest coming on, Chris. We got to go ahead.
I'm just gonna say real quick, you know, I had a rant like 2 weeks ago about this very same thing and about candidates that need to be put in power for the people. And I commend you for running. And this is exactly what Killer Mike was talking about when he had his interview, that we need to put the people in there that's gonna fight for us, regardless of what happens. And that's very important that somebody like you is running. So that's just what I just wanted to say that. That's
right,
exactly
so-
what my point was. All the points that you just said is exactly what I was trying to say.
All right, so June 23rd, Tuesday, tomorrow, vote for
Mañana.
AYISHA OGLIVIE, yeah, for a
Yes,
state
sir.
committee woman for the 71st State Assembly District. You already know, AYISHA, thanks for coming on, man. I'm
Thank
man proud of you. I love you. Peace out. We holler
Good
at
luck.
you. We
Bye.
definitely going to go out there and vote. You heard?
Thank you very much. That's what
All
we need.
right.
That's what we need more than anything is showing up at that poll, casting that
Yes, yes, absolutely. I'll see you next time.
back. Okay, thank
Peace
you.
out.
Bye.
All right. AYISHA.
Then at the Roundtable
That's
Podcast,
my point,
man, we got our special guest here, Mr. T.L. Holmes.
T.L.
coming
Holmes,
on.
man.
He's coming on soon.
There he goes right there. What's
Mr.
going
T.L.
on, brother?
Holmes, man. He's connecting still. Let him connect all the way.
Oh, he's connected. Okay. He's coming in. He's coming in.
Coming in.
Okay.
He's still connected to the audio. Let's see what's going on here. But yep, AYISHA, definitely go vote for her tomorrow. There you go. We got a special guest on the show, live and direct, man. T.L. Holmes, marketing strategist and author of Unidentified. What's up, man? Welcome to Dinner at the Roundtable Podcast, man. Sorry, we was having a little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning,
man.
bro.
But I mean,
we kind
welcome,
of got
man.
you back on, man. How you
going
been,
on?
brother?
Listen, man, how you guys doing? Boy, what's going on?
Yeah, we're here, brother,
Super,
man. But it's a
super
pleasure to
great,
have you on the
It's an
podcast
honor.
show, though,
It's
man.
an honor.
You know,
Listen, we are excited. Listen, one thing I want to find out though, where can people log in to see the podcast? Is this live or
Is it live on YouTube right now?
Team is trying to, my team is trying to get on. So
Yeah, so all they have to do is go to our Instagram, and
okay.
the link is there. They can just tap it and it goes straight to the live.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, man.
All right.
So I mean, again, man, welcome to the show, man. T.L. Holmes, man. I mean, a lot to discuss, though, man. But actually, you know, I did some research on you. You know, you and I had a conversation briefly over the phone.
My man.
You know what I mean? But I started off though. I mean, Nell, you wanna, you
Give
know?
me a second. He's trying to get his team on. And while he does that,
Okay,
real
so
quick,
let's
give a little brief background of what he's doing and what was going on with his book right now.
So I mean, yeah, let's talk about first of all what got into what made you actually write this book though? Let's just get with that first. What actually motivated you to say?
Well, what happens is I've been doing marketing for the last 20 years. 20 years, I say. I've been doing marketing, and I'm still 21. Just for the record, I'm still 21 years old. And can you guys?
Yeah, I get you.
All right, cool. I'm still 21 years old, but I've been doing marketing for over 20 years. And I really came to the realization is everyone can't be my client. Everyone can't be my client, but anybody can read a book. And so what, you know, as a business, any business owner, you know, knows when you're doing work, you don't want to do so much work where you're overwhelmed and you can't deliver, because, and I've had those situations. Let's be real. We can be transparent on this, right? I've had those situations where, you know, we just dropped the ball. No excuses, you know, no trying to, you know, not trying to point any fingers to this person, that person. We dropped
Right.
Had too much going on. And sometimes you don't give yourself, you know, room to miss this or miss that or miss this phone call or miss that email. And, you know, and so what I had to understand is don't try to do everything for everybody. Stay in your lane, find your lane, stick to it. If you build houses, don't try to build no boat.
Stick to what you know.
Stick to what you know, Doc. People always say, "Oh man, you sound like you know everything." No,
so for instance, if you cut me for a living, you're a butcher. That's what you're telling
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for it. I knew it.
Our co-host,
I know this guy like a book. I know exactly when he's gonna throw his shot.
Our co-host Chris Ryder in the left-hand corner there, the low corner. He's a butcher.
Oh,
right.
Yo, tell him what I sent you in the group chat. Tell him what I sent you.
He sent me a piece of meat today.
Song
that was kind of scary right there, man.
Yeah, man, but
one of the things that cracks me up sometimes, and people, you know, because I'm a marketing strategist, and so when I talk to people, I do consulting for people and ask them about, you know, what are they doing with their brand, because there are certain things that you have to do, and we'll go over that. they're what are they doing? Their brand? What do they have? Their logo? Do they have websites? Like, well, yeah, I just started building my website. Well, do you build websites? Is that what you do?
Yeah. Talking about logos for our listeners,
Mm-hmm.
tap that in the lower right hand corner there, the Dinner at the Round Table logo, so you can subscribe to the channel. But continue. Sorry about that, Taylor Holmes. I'm unlocking the power of my brand as you speak, brother.
I see you, sir. I see you.
Oh, man.
So my thing is
right there, baby, right there.
Stick to what you know. Stick to what you do best. What you don't want to do is, have a lot of things going on. One of the things I talk about is puzzle pieces. I don't know if you guys have ever put a puzzle together when you were small or young or whatever. I think the biggest puzzle I probably put together like 100-piece puzzle. First thing I do is I try to get the corners right. Then I get the edges, and then I fall in. Everything else come in. But the problem sometimes you run into a couple of things. One thing you run into is that you got two puzzles mixed together that don't belong to each other. And so you can have, people in your midst or people in your circle that don't belong in your circle. They belong to somebody else's circle. And you wonder why you don't see the picture that you see in your head. You don't see it in your hand. It's because you got the wrong people around. Number two, you may have somebody, you may have a piece of the puzzle that's blue and you're sticking it up there in the sky. And just because it's blue doesn't mean that it's the sky. It could be the water. So we got to make sure that, number one, we have the right team around us. And number two, that the team is in the right place. So if you got somebody that do logos or design the websites, don't have them answering phone calls. Don't have them sending emails. And I'm not saying I'm not trying to discount anybody. I'm not trying to belittle anybody. I'm not trying to pigeonhole anybody. But one of the things you want to understand is when you're out here, promoting things, you want to promote things in your power. You want to promote things that you can control, that you can do with your hands.
Okay, so basically, in other words, just stick to what you do best, right?
Exactly.
And just focus on that particular role, opposed to doing multiple things that you may not really have that expertise as far as what you do, right?
Yeah.
It's about creating the brand, because one of the things you can't do is you can't be multiple brands at one time.
Got you.
Because when you have somebody to walk in with several different heads, you look like a monster.
Yeah, right.
No.
Simple. So find something that you do very well and do that. And one of the things you have to understand is that it's right now, life for us, we're older now. All four of us, we're older. And so we have to understand we don't have another 30, 40, 50, 80 years to live. Whatever we're going to become, we need to be close to it,
right?
or walking up on it right now, or we need to be that. So figure out what is our low-hanging fruit. And sometimes people don't understand, how do I get to understand what my brand is? How do I get to the point where I know what it is I'm supposed to be doing? I don't know my purpose. Well, your purpose is always tied into your past. What do you find yourself doing as a little kid? What did you always find yourself doing that you would do for free? You don't even think about charging people. Why? Because it's a part of who you are. Most of the time, your purpose, your power, your brand, who it is you're supposed to be, you already are.
Yeah.
You just have not identified it.
That's true.
And you since you was a baby, practically.
Yeah, and I'm sure, think about this. Case in point. I'm sure you guys right now have always liked to talk.
Oh, yes.
In school, you probably get in trouble for talking all the time. I'm just saying.
Me and John Tavar, we've been doing media, man, since we were little. By the age of 8, we already had a rap music video that we just.
Oh wow!
We had our own video
from my mother's big video camcorder.
VHS.
She bought from Sears. She bought from Sears a big camcorder.
And it's crazy. We did it all by ourselves, though. All by ourselves. No adults involved. Just us.
Yeah.
We had the media thing in us for a long time. So this is just going back. We've been doing this for a year and a half now. Dinner at the Round Table podcast, a year and a half going strong. Man. And we just came back to the essence, like you said.
You're right.
To the essence.
And I agree, because, you think about what you've been doing as a young kid. And like you just said, you made a very valid point. Doing something for free. That's when that's really your passion, though, where you could actually look at it and say, you know what, I could do this for free. And that just shows your true passion about that. And sure. I mean, for us, I'm saying, definitely, it definitely was a passion that one day we're going to develop something where we're going to bring something into light. And lo and behold, look at us now. So Word,
You know,
man.
I saw an interview from Kobe Bryant that said that, you know, it was he found something that he loved to do, and that when he went into the gym, he was always like, well, you know, these guys I'm working hard, but he didn't see it that way. You know, it wasn't working hard to him. It was just what he loved to do.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And so that's one of the reasons to answer your question, that's one of the reasons I, started to venture out to write this book. And this is my first book. We have quite a few that we've written over the last year. But this is our first release, to really, talk to a particular audience of people that are looking for their path. They're looking for how to be who they are.
Okay. Wow. That's what's up, because again, I mean, a lot of people, I mean, I think we all have potentials, but it's really tapping into that potential of what would you really want to do, And I mean, for most people, they really can't really find that within themselves, unfortunately. But I think all of us have potential though. But I'm glad that you actually wrote a book about this, because again, though, I think this is very informative that people really tap into their true potential, and also being patient too, because sometimes people do get a little bit impatient and think that things happen overnight, which everything is a work in progress. Nothing is just done overnight.
Yep, absolutely. And I love it. I love what I'm doing. I think that I am in that space that I should be in. And sometimes it takes a long time to get there, but you can't stop moving forward. You can't stop pressing your way.
Absolutely.
And stay focused and make that thing happen.
Absolutely. I mean, consistency, that's the motto I always live by. Consistency. Always got to be consistent. No matter what you do, just stay consistent.
Absolutely.
So definitely. So let's get to more about you though,
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, T.L. Holmes, the CEO of Anexus, right? Media Group.
Yep.
That's the name of, yep. And also the author of the book Unidentified, Unlocking the Power of Your Brand. Basically, our listeners and our audience want to know, your background a little bit better. So what is Anexus Media Group? I'm sorry.
Anexus Media Group is actually the brainchild of perseverance.
Okay.
One of the things I concentrated on last year was the question in my head was, how do I get to my destination? What am I leaving for my kids? What am I leaving as a legacy? Am I going to be known for a person that just worked all the time, or a person that just did this and did that, and they have no definition for who I was? Like right. When I die, who do I want people to remember me as? And so on that quest, I sought to see, okay, what can I put in my hand instead of me having something in my head? What can I put in my hand? What can I have to present to the world? Because my life purpose is to impact the lives of people in a positive way. And so what I look to find out is, what vehicle do I have to accomplish my life purpose, my goal? Why do I wake up every morning? And so what I had to do is I had to pause. Because again, like you said, earlier, sometimes we walk around full of potential.
Right.
But what is potential? Potential is just the possibility of being. So how do I move from potential to purpose? How do I move from potential to reality? And the only way you can do that is if you concentrate and focus on who you are or who you want to be. Now, listen, that's not an easy thing, because sometimes when you stop to look at yourself, you're going to see yourself. You're going to see you broke. You're going to see your credit is awful. You're going to see that you're in and out of relationships. You're going to see yourself for who you really are. But what you have to do in order to get to destiny is you have to identify who you are first before you can ever identify who you want to be or who you're going to be. And so what I've done is really stop to really identify, what do I want to have at the end of the day? And so what I've set out the quest to find out is, who am I really? What do I want to have? How do I get to that standpoint? Now, listen to this. I'm a filmmaker. I've been doing videos and marketing and all of that stuff. And so what I had to find out is, how do I become a filmmaker? And so stepping off on that quest, one of the things I recognized is that I didn't want to be a broke filmmaker.
Not definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go and say, listen, I got $5,000 in the bank. Let's go make this movie. Yeah, no, let's not do that.
Right.
And so what Anexus Media Group came about by me trying to find something that's going to help me on my journey to get me to where I wanted to be. And so what I had in my hand was my marketing company that I was bound to working every day. And listen, if we work every day with our hands, we're limited by what we have the power to do. And so if my purpose is to impact the lives of people all across this world, I can't get there and I can only go down the street, meaning I'm limited by what I can do with my hands. So I sought out a way to figure out, how can I work with more than just my hands? How can I work with my head? And so when I told y'all I wanted to figure out what my purpose was, or stop and really flush out, what my potential is, I started working on, okay, I asked myself this question, and I'm gonna take you down that road. I asked myself this question: what do I do? This is marketing. I'm a marketing strategist. I've been doing it for years. So I had to make a decision. Okay, do I, become a motivational speaker, or do I, talk about, relationships? Do I talk about this, or do I talk about that? No, I talk about what I have in my hand.
Right.
I've been doing this for 15 years.
And that makes perfect sense. I mean, that's just, yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 15 years. So why would I try to go be a lawyer? It makes no sense. And so what I say, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take what I have been doing all this time and maximize that. Let me flesh that out. This is the potential I have. Let me sit down and figure out what that potential is. And so that's how Anexus Media Group came into play, because I started, I created my first software on November the 17th last year.
Wow.
And Anexus Media Group was born. So because I am a marketing strategist, I wanted to figure out, how can I make marketing easy? What is the best way that I can make marketing easy? Because I'm sure everybody that's in my wheelhouse, everybody that's in my industry, in the marketing industry, they have the same problems. We all have the same problems. How can we do it quicker? How can we do it better? How can we do it faster? How can we do it the best? How can we be the best at what we do to make sure that our clients are in the proper position all the way around? How can we get more traffic to their websites? How can we get better keywords? How can we, get better information to them? How can we find out information quicker and easier, instead of spending all of this time and all this energy online all day trying to look up in the background and coding and all of that stuff? What can I do? What can I put in people's hands that make this life easy? Then, Anexus Media Group. And Anexus actually stands for Us Next.
Wow. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Us next, because you gotta take it sometime. You gotta take your turn. You can't wait on people to come and give it to you, because if you wait on people to give you something, you're gonna get what they give you.
Right.
And that may not always be what you deserve. That may not always be what you need. That may not always be what you want. So sometimes you gotta take it for yourself. I said, listen, we're gonna go big, or we're gonna go home. I started doing
go hard or go home, man.
That's it. You gotta take some time and invest in yourself.
Well, that's
I'm doing marketing for everybody. I'm doing logos for everybody. I'm doing flyers and websites for everybody else. And what about my stuff?
Yeah. But TL, real quick, you're saying invest in yourself, right? That's the motto. But you have to find out first what yourself is about, like what you're good at, like you said.
Right.
You have to find out what you're good at first. Internalize yourself, unidentified, right?
There you go.
Unleash the beast, unlock everything, man. Once you figure
I found that out
out
a long time ago that I'm a good butcher, so Nelson's gonna find out that pretty soon.
We might not want to unlock his beast.
Nah. We're gonna leave that alone.
Be walking around with a big butcher knife.
By the time we got the phone, he's gonna be making this custom knives. That's what he's gonna be doing. And we're gonna put it on the market.
You got an idea right there.
So to answer your question, Anexus Media Group is a software development company. We have about 24 to 25 software products that are cloud-based, and we're actually getting ready to launch it, you know, in July, you know, on a soft launch. And I'm so excited. We just got a major call last week that's going to be real big. And then the funny thing is about it is when I was coming, you know, across, come up with the name for the book, me and my best friend in the whole wide world,
yes,
we were talking, and you know, it just came and said, you know, unidentified, because we was trying to, you know, find out, you know, what, because I know what was going to write the book about branding, and you know, we had some crazy name, and it was like, you know, unidentified, because my point was I got tired of not having nothing. I got tired of figuring out, how am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay my gas and my light bill? And sometimes people are, and I know I'm talking to somebody that's going through it right now. Life happens.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Life happens, bro. That's real talk.
It
Life
is.
happens. You know what I'm saying? Your woman getting on your nerves, your kids getting on your nerves, your job getting on your nerves, your boss getting on your nerves. Everything happens. You know what I'm saying? So what we have to do is we have to just take life by the horn and say, listen, you don't know what you are. Let me tell you who you are. You got to talk to yourself like that sometimes. And sometimes, you know, when you get yourself together, you can't, until you get yourself together, you can't expect nothing else to fall in line. You can't. Right. You can't expect nothing else to fall in line, and you never know where you need to go if you don't figure out where you are.
Right.
And so it was that place that I came to. I say, listen, okay, let me identify who I am. And so I wanted to challenge people not be the best kept secret.
Nice.
And I'm glad you actually, you know, wrote a book about that, because I think one of the biggest problems too is with a lot of people, they do have a low self-esteem because they've been, you know, belittled, they've been talked down on, or you're not, you know, you're not good at this, you know, you're wasting your time. In actuality, they actually are good at it, but because of what's been told to them, you know, they feel a little bit intimidated, and that could have a psychological effect in them.
You're right.
But having a book that you wrote could definitely inspire them and push them to, you know, unlock their brand, unlock their potential that could fulfill it and make it into something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
that's the hope. That's really the hope that I have, that I can really, you know, inspire somebody to stretch out and do what it is they are. You know, go ahead and step out. And sometimes it takes that challenge. It takes that, you know, that motivation to do so. Because a lot of times you don't have to give people, you know, everything. You just need to give them motivation. You just need to give them hope. You know, I grew up in the foster care system, man, and it was hard. Wow. You know, it was hard to really, you know, understand, you know, my worth. It was hard to understand that I had value, and I had to really, you know, focus on not going crazy, not, you know, getting slung out on drugs and just trying to find out. And I'm glad that I had, you know, some amazing people. And I'm glad, you know, I had my sister in my life to walk with me through those points. But it's just that you have to make sure that you don't allow your circumstances to dictate, you know, who you are and what you're going to be. Just because you're on the low right now, you're on the outs right now, or you're down right now, there's always tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And if I had the opportunity to wake up tomorrow, I can try this again. I can try this again, bro. Because we as men, we know that it's hard for us to sometimes to get ahead. It's hard for us to gather things and have things just as a balance. I don't need the Maserati. I don't need the house on the hill right now. I just need a place to stay. I just need something to drive. Yeah, I just need to be able to provide for my family. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we have to really just keep ourselves together.
Absolutely.
Keep ourselves together and keep ourselves motivated. But yeah, man, I am so excited the opportunity that we have, you know, with this opportunity to write this book. And listen, I'm gonna before the session is over, I'm gonna drop some major news that is not public information. And you know, listen, I'm gonna get to you.
That's what we have you here for.
I'm here exclusive at the round table.
You heard it here. Man, we are so excited because a lot of times, you know, you look to do things, and what I tell people, you know, you have to always prepare for success just as well as you prepare for failure. We don't take the time to prepare to succeed. It's easy for us to accept defeat. It's easier for us to accept failure. But what happens if it works? What happens if you invent this machine and it actually works? It actually do what you said it's gonna do.
Absolutely.
What do you do then? Who do you talk to? Who do you tell? Who do you show? So one of the things that I tell my team is, listen, we have to always be ready.
Right.
We can't show up to the game not ready to play. That's just like showing up to the Super Bowl and just happy you here. What?
Listen, man, at the end of the day, if you made it that, you know, if you're gonna play to win, you gotta play to win, man. You're not there to lose, man. And if you don't take that risk, you never know what could be or what could have been, right?
Right, that's a great point.
That's all about it. I always tell people that, look, if you got something you're passionate about, put your money in that bag, man. You know what I mean? Put everything, put all your chips in it, but know what you're doing first, obviously. But do it, because you would then kick yourself in the butt in the future if you don't do it. You'll be like, damn, I could have done it. Yeah. And what would have happened? You know? And it's not good, man. It's not good. It's not good. But what would be your advice, T.L. Holmes, for somebody who's figured it out, what they want to do already? They got their logo, they got their brand, they're legit, LLC and everything, and they just about to launch. How would you describe how first impressions and a launch for the first time is important for a new brand? How important is that? What would be your advice to somebody who's launching?
It's extremely important, because what you can't say is, you know, after you get out there, you can't say, oh, I was just playing, y'all. We sorry. We weren't serious.
We're just joshing around.
We're just joshing around. We you know, I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did, Lord Jesus. But one of the things that I talk about with people is that you have to make sure three things are in order. You have to make sure you're prepared. You have to make sure you're packaged properly, and you have to make sure you present yourself properly. One of the things that I think is a enemy to any business owner or anyone with an idea is that you present yourself before you package properly. What does that look like? That look like somebody that instead of going to the studio to do your photo shoot, you're sending out Instagram pictures that you took with your phone.
Selfies, like little selfies.
Selfies, yeah. You know, hey, here I go. Right? No, that's my
headshot for the.
You put, and that's what you putting on the book cover.
And there's some people that actually do that too, though.
They do that, yeah.
Because here's the thing: if you don't take the time to invest in you, why should I invest in you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you won't spend money on yourself, why should I spend money on you?
Yeah, it's like somebody sending a resume with an email that says "badass chick from 170 at yahoo.com."
That part. I know y'all got that. I know y'all got that when y'all stuff job. But
man, the things that you see sometimes,
you gotta be more presentable, right?
I think it's because what you invest in yourself, tell people what you think of yourself. I'm gonna say that one more time. What you invest in yourself tells people what you think of yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
If you take the time to do a real logo, if you take the time to do a real photo shoot, put a real website up, and I'm not talking about a web page that come up with a different name on it than what your product is, and you talking about, you know, soap, and you got, you know, a picture up there of a bathtub. You know, come on, that's not, you're not selling bathtubs.
Right.
Yeah, I see.
You want to make sure that you are packaged properly. Get your logo, get your website, get your photo shoot, get your product, take real pictures of your product. Go to a studio. A studio is $60, $70 an hour. Go to your studio. Do it right. Hire somebody. Don't try to talk them down and, you know, no, pay them what they want. Pay them what they deserve. Now, if they don't do work properly, then you deal with that. But you make the sacrifice on yourself. You invest in yourself. And if you take a loss, you take a loss. Hey, listen, it comes with the territory. It comes with, you cannot cry foul on a basketball court. Why? It's a part of the game.
Exactly. And you know what?
Even if you have to pause for a minute, if you got to go sit on the sideline, get your tail back up and get in the game. Keep doing it, man.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
You gotta be resilient.
Yeah, you owe it to yourself, man. You owe it to yourself to be who you are. You owe it to yourself to keep pushing. You owe it to yourself to keep trying. Listen, you didn't come broke overnight. You didn't come busted overnight. You didn't become, depressed overnight. It took time to get there. So it's going to take time for you to walk in your purpose. It's going to take time for you to walk into your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
if you're always stopping, if you're always giving up, I guarantee you'll never get there.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee it.
Yeah,
No, for sure.
and that's 100% absolutely right. I totally agree on that. If you don't bet on yourself, who else are you gonna bet on? The best gamble is on yourself. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta do it. You have to know what you're getting yourself into, obviously. But you gotta go ahead and do it. You gotta put that extra oomph on it. Just to make sure that things work out for you. Because nobody's gonna be a fan of you until you're a fan of yourself.
That part. One last thing I want to say also, when you're putting your brand together, you're putting your product together, you're putting your company together, always compensate for exposure. Always compensate for marketing. Because a lot of people, they have their story in their hand, they have their product in their hand, but who knows? Because you're the best kept secret. If you're the best kept secret, who does that benefit? Nobody, because you're a secret.
You're a secret, yeah.
Don't nobody know about you. Don't nobody know you're here. Don't nobody know what you have. You can have the answer to all of the questions, but I don't know about it. You're unidentified.
Mm-hmm.
You have not put an identity to what you have. You're walking around. You got Facebook in your own pocket, but don't nobody know. And then when Facebook come out, you say, "Oh man, I had that idea 10 years ago."
Well,
you never told me about it.
It happens very often too.
You know what I'm saying? He's a billionaire. His mama a billionaire. All of his friends are billionaires. Why? Because he decided to open his mouth and to refuse to be unidentified.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You gotta spread your brand, spread your word, and unlock it. Unlock your brand.
Definitely gotta unlock that.
Yeah.
And power your brand, man. Because we're powerful in our own right. And somebody told me a while ago, you're walking around here a millionaire. You got $1 million inside of you right now.
Mm-hmm.
It'll never go into your bank account until you do something what's inside of you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You have some of the richest broke folk walking on the face of the earth that look like us.
That's
Why?
real.
Because we don't stretch out there. We keep it all hidden to ourselves. Why we don't do that? Who does that benefit?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know about it. Nobody. And you got to try something, because if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to always keep getting the same thing.
Same results, yeah.
That's it. That's
right,
it.
Absolutely. I think all of us should really feel that all of us have a social responsibility to make a contribution to society. But you have to unlock yourself and, you know what I'm saying, like, fulfill that. And I think it starts with belief, though. Belief, definitely. You got to believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, this is your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And like John Tavares said, a social contribution to society, but first you got to fix yourself first, because you can't help nobody else unless you help until you fixed, right? Until you're 100% ready to go. But once you're 100% ready to go, you got to definitely help society, because the sole purpose of being a human being is to serve humanity, right? Some way or another, right? So
that's what's missing.
Yeah.
Like you said, like you want to live
selfish in that aspect. Yeah.
You can't continue to go. You can't continue to go in life being unidentified, right? You know what time it is.
Right.
That's it.
Absolutely. So
whatever it is that you're doing. You know what I mean?
I have a quick question, T.L. Holmes. Now, marketing now as a marketing strategist now, how does the internet change the whole game now? When it comes to.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how it changed me.
Okay.
It is the bedrock of what Anexus Media Group is. When I say us next, it's time for us to walk in spaces that people like us wouldn't normally walk into. And this whole digital space, this whole digital age. And here's what happens. So I started working on this last year. Boom. Happy New Year. Boom. Out of nowhere, COVID.
Yeah.
And so what happens is now you're sent home to stay at home. You can't even go to work. You can barely go to the store. You can't go to the movies. So what you gonna do? You're gonna go to the internet.
Yep.
So you ask me how important is the digital age right now? Digital age is everything. Digital age is almost everything. If you're not, listen, Amazon made $34 billion in 2 months. 2 months. $34 billion. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy, yeah.
Are you kidding me? So it went back to, what can I do with my head and not just my hands? And so what we did was we tapped into the whole artificial intelligence. We tapped into the digital age. We tapped into how can we create, not just make money, but how can we create a business system that operates on its own. And so what we did was, instead of me going out and, selling you a product box or, hey, try this software, what we decided to do was we decided to create a website, a website that has our software products on it. Now, our target demographic are people that, design websites, people that have online businesses, and you want to, push your business out there. You want to learn how to do social media marketing, SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. You want to learn how to get traffic to your website, traffic to your product. Well, our softwares that we have allows you and help you get that information as quick as possible. One of the things that I am so proud of, and actually what I'm doing is I'm going to go to my website real quick just so I can let you guys know what are some of the software products.
So for our viewers, though, what is your website? Just share it out so people could actually go and
I can't share it right now, but I'm gonna.
But we're gonna get that towards the end, so we could get social media jobs, the YouTube and everything.
So
you're gonna get that at the end. That's at the end of our dialogue here, so that people can get the webinars too. I know you got the webinars and the shops, right?
Absolutely. Yep. One of the things that we are so excited about is actually giving people some real information on how things work and how things happen in this digital space. And one of the things that we're doing, like I said earlier, is releasing information, releasing books, releasing product to the marketplace that help people understand how to use social media, how to, use Facebook, how to use Twitter, and not just to, pick jokes at and tell everybody all about your business, but how do I, utilize these resources to maximize my business? How do I make money from it? How do I, get information to my constituents? Well, the first thing is you have to do, you have to find out who your tribe is. You have to find out who your target demographic. So if I'm selling, a broom, I'm not going to go to the eye doctor to sell them brooms. I'm probably going to sell them eye wash. You see what I'm saying? And so what you want to make sure is that you understand who your target demographic is when it comes to branding. And so we've created, software products, marketing software products that help people, do backlink checking, that help people, with keyword positioning. And one of the software is called our keyword positioning checker. And so if you go on that, it'll help you understand, what keyword you should be using for your product or for your business. One of the things that you'll find out is if you go to Google and you type in a keyword or type in, podcast, let's just say we type in podcast, what happens is you see the drop down. A lot of people don't pay attention to the drop down menu, but what happens is when you look at the drop down menu, everyone that's searching for what you're searching for at that moment is in that drop down.
Yes. I definitely. I've spoken about that on the podcast before.
Yeah, every single time you put in a word in a search engine, it's the web. Think about it. It's the web. So it catches everything that's happening at that moment, all across the world. It's the World Wide Web. So what you if we don't recognize it, we'll get caught out there, and we'll put in, you know, we'll when we're trying to do social media and SEO, which is search engine optimization, it identifies your site by your keyword. What's your key point of impact? What is your purchasing position? What is it about your product that's different from my product? It's all in your keyword. So we have a software that helps you check what your keyword position is. What's the density of your keyword? How deep, how defined is it? You know, your tagging. How do you tag the pictures on your website? How do you tag, you know, a phrase on your website? How do you tag a banner? So we have a meta tag, you know, analyzer as well. Another one of the products that we have on our website is backlink checker, backlink marker, generator, you know, sitemap generator. We also one of my favorite softwares is the Google Index Checker. So it actually, you know, checks where you are indexed inside of Google.
Exactly. Yeah. So when somebody searches your brand, how does it formulate on the Google search engine? Basically, that's what it does, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we also have an Anexus rank checker. Like, what do you rank on? I'm sorry, not Anexus, Alexa rank checker. What do you rank on Alexa? You know, so it helps you identify those things. A lot of times people don't know where they are, you know, as far as, you know, the internet is concerned. And so you figure out why are people not coming to my site? Well, you have not identified your site properly. You have not stamped your site properly in the web so it can pick it up.
Yeah, right now you're on unidentified, and probably somebody
identified that. You identify, and if you don't recognize the power of your brand, you will never get any recognition. You will never get people to come to you. So what we've done with Anexus Media Group is giving you those tools that you need to be everything that you are. We are positioning you with the power in your hand. Yeah. One of the things I like about Anexus Media Group is that we have, you know, several different options in order to, you know, take advantage of these tools. You can purchase them a la carte, you know, individually, or we have put together, you know, 3 different opportunities on our site. We've put together a monthly membership, we put together an annual membership, or if you want to just take advantage of all of our software all at once, you can pay one-time fee and boom, you're straight.
All right. So for somebody looking to unlock their brand or unlock the power of their brand using the system that you've created, where do they find it? How much, you know, what's the cost, and how easy is it to manage?
So the wonderful thing about what we've done is we've created cloud-based, you know, software. Okay. We've created cloud-based software, so you can access the software anywhere you are. Nice. So it doesn't matter if you're using, you know, a Mac. It doesn't matter if you're using a PC. You can log on to your account. You'll create an account with us.
No flip phones though. It have to be no flip phones. We don't use them. We can't use
not flip phones. I know you ain't.
Well, you got smart flip phones now, though. You got smart flip phones now. You got smart flip phones now.
You say smart flip phones now.
So anywhere you can get online, you can utilize our software. Whether your iPad,
nice.
Whether your tablet, whether your phone, or what have you. And that's the wonderful thing I like about the system that we have developed. That is very, very user friendly. And so the website is anexusmedia.com. anexusmedia.com. And one of the things I'm super, super excited about is the opportunity that we have to grow, you guys to grow with us. We have right now 24 software products that's listed. We have about 9 ebooks that's also listed, because I want to give you the tools to make sure that you are at the best of your game. And we're adding material every single week. We're going to be adding more books. I have actually, I've written about 7 books, you know, starting from last year to now. We're working on some more books right now. And so we're going to be releasing them, you know, as we go along over the next few years, and really just want to give people the opportunity to give them a fair shake, because sometimes people have more information than some of us have, and so what reason why we're not there is because we don't know. People don't do what they don't know to do. And so I want to be able to put information in your hand, trainings in your hand. We're working on a platform right now where we'll be launching in the summer a Nexus Marketing Institute. And it's really, giving people access to get certifications, get certificates of completion in several different areas of marketing: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Word, how to use PowerPoint, how to use, QuickBooks, how to use Excel. We've developed over the last year about 700 different tutorial videos that we are putting out there. We wanted to put, I invested in an online school platform that we are putting together our own school, our own institute, to really give people that information that they can learn from themselves. And I wanted to, because when COVID hit, man, it really took me by surprise. And I was like, man, all these people lost their jobs in a matter of a day.
Yep.
Yeah.
In a matter of days, bro.
40 million plus people unemployed.
Listen, that's crazy. So it's like, my question to my team is, are we going to give the answer? Or are we going to be the answer? That was the question. We chopped it up for like a week, man. And I was like, man, why again, go big or go home? Why not be the answer? Why not be the answer and give the answer? Why not? Why not? So that's where Anexus Marketing Institute was birthed out of, and you'll hear more about that. You guys stay connected to me. I'm sure they'll give you my information, but you could find me on Facebook, at TL Holmes Online, on Twitter, TL Holmes Online 1, the number 1. I'm sorry, the TL Holmes Online on Twitter and TL Holmes Online 1 on Instagram. I want you guys to stay connected to me. Please be connected to me, because we're releasing information, for the next few months constantly. There's so many things that we have in our hand, and so one of the things I want to talk about real quick. I know we got a lot to discuss and a lot to go on and stuff like that, but I want to. One of the things that God put on my heart is really to give people some real opportunities. And I don't want to, just hoard all of this information, to myself. So I really need you guys to stay close to our information and stay close to us, connect with us on social media, because in the next 2 weeks in July, we are creating about 1,000 jobs with the Nexus Media Group.
Oh, wow.
Nice. That's
Man,
great.
That's great. Especially in a time like right now.
Yeah, listen, we're launching some amazing opportunities. So I think it's July 16th or something like that.
Okay.
But we are going to have orientation for people that are interested in the digital space, and we're creating 1,000 social media ambassador jobs that we're going to make public knowledge. Listen, you guys have heard it here first.
Dinner at the Roundtable podcast,
baby.
Roundtable dot. Listen, you heard it. You heard it at dinner. You heard it at dinner time.
Let's go, man.
So do you think we just identified ourselves then by doing that?
Listen, yeah.
So unidentified.
I tell you what. If anybody hashtag me dinner at the Roundtable, if you send me a hashtag, what's your hashtag? What's your official hashtag?
Dinner at the Roundtable. Yeah, that's exactly. You got it right, man. You've been watching us. We haven't been identified.
If you guys are watching this and you contact me and you connect with me through social media, that's Instagram, Twitter, that's Facebook. If you hit me up and you put in hashtag Dinner at the Roundtable, I'm gonna send you something free.
There you go.
Okay.
So all our listeners right there, all our viewers right there.
So
go,
listen,
man.
that's fact. That word is
So you already know, to our listeners and our viewers, hashtag Dinner at the Roundtable, man, because we need that information.
Yep.
So we're gonna talk to, even though Tia Holmes, he's he's homie, so we're gonna talk to him after the show anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna
that's just the whole point.
Big, and so I'm excited, man. So you guys have the first look. Listen, we have not talked about a Nexus Media Group. You're also the first outlet that we have given this information to. When I say we got a big call, a big, you know, email last week, we've been just pushing the book. But it's really been on my heart. I've really been pushing my team to make sure that everything is ready to go with the Anexus Media Group. And we are right there. We're right there. We're going to officially launch the site July 3rd. So, you know, if you guys connect with us on Facebook, social media, Twitter, on Instagram, even on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. We're going to be posting flyers. So when you see a flyer go up about Anexus Media Group, we actually have our video that we are, you know, getting ready to put out there as well, and we're getting ready to premiere. And actually, what I think I want to do, man, is I want to premiere my the commercial or the 60-second spot for Anexus Media on your platform. I want.
Oh, definitely, man.
Yeah, we
definitely got you.
I want to do that, and I'm gonna strike a deal with you guys. You shout out to Lazarus, the top dog.
Yeah, shout out to Lazarus, the top dog, man, for definitely putting you on and introducing us.
He's a wonderful cat, man. I'm so proud of that young man. And again, he's a prime example of refusing to be the best kept secret.
Man, he's pushing all the time, man.
He's pushing all the time.
Yeah,
definitely. So your book, they can also find it. You have a website straight to the book too, unidentifiedonline.com, right? Something like that. Is that am I right?
It's unidentified no more.
No more. Unidentified no more.com, right?
Yeah.
No, that's NO more.com.
They can purchase the book there and get also, you know, the inside scoop through your book as well.
Absolutely. And we'll put that under the description under the YouTube, so people could definitely just go straight into and just click on the link. You know what I'm saying? So
we're also getting ready to. There are a lot of magazines that's contacting us, so we're about to flood with articles. We have about 60 different articles on marketing, branding that we're about to put in different magazines, and you know, creating a blog, and you know, just creating, you know, training material, workshops, webinars, because I really want to get this information in people's hands, because we're at a prime spot right now. Listen, America will never be the same.
Man, you done hit it. You done hit it.
This world will never be the same.
You done hit it, yeah.
If we can tap in and come out of this thing better than what we were when we went into this, we would be in a position where we won't have to worry about where our check is going to come from, what meal we're going to get, you know, how to put gas in the car, how to feed our children. We won't ever have to worry about that. And that's one of the things that I think is unique about our minds, being able to think. And listen, we've been here, we've been in places of struggle before, and this is not going to take us out. I promise. It's not going to take us out. But this is the time that we pause and we make sure that we become
absolutely
we make sure we identify ourselves and listen, this is who I am. And matter of fact, this is who I'm going to be. And once you identify who you are, you make a plan. You put a plan in place. You put it on the wall. Right now I have my action wall, or my mind map on my wall, on the whiteboard on my wall. I have like 3 or 4 of them up there, and I have identified who I am, where I'm at, and where I'm going. My mother said the best way to eat a pie is one slice at a time. And so what happens is when you eat a pie at one time, you make a mess. You know what I'm saying? You make a mess. It's crazy. And so if you take the time to put a plan together and put a plan for the plan together, and you do just that. You listen, I'm going to do this month. I'm going to do this month. I'm going to do that this month. Make sure you have your plan in place, because if you don't have a plan in place, you automatically plan to fail. Automatically.
Right.
And listen, stop having your plan in your head. Stop having your plan in your head, because if you have your plan in your head, you don't have no more space to think about nothing else. Write it down.
Absolutely.
Get your pad, get your chalkboard, write it down, get it out your head.
Yeah.
Because only when it gets out your head, it can grow feet. A baby can't grow inside of you. Why? Because the baby's gonna die and you gonna die.
Yep.
So you have to have that baby. You have to give birth to that baby. Make it real. Make it tangible. Make it tangible. Because that's the only time that you're going to be who you are, is when you get it out your head.
Absolutely.
And put it into work. Put it into work and make sure no sloppy eating, like the pie theory that you spoke about. You know what I mean? So
Nelson knows about sloppy pie eating once or twice.
Oh,
huh?
man.
I mean, I'm a big guy, man. I'm a big guy.
He's a big guy. You know, he likes that pie sometimes.
Oh, man.
I've been a couple of sloppy joes in my life. But yeah, so T.O. Holmes, real quick, is there any questions that that we didn't ask you that you would ask yourself if it was the other way around? If it was us being the marketing strategist and you were on ours and we were on your show, is there any question that we didn't ask you that you would like to ask yourself?
Well, one of the things that I would ask is what makes this worthwhile? Why does this matter? Why does it matter that I identify myself? Why? You know, I've tried so much. I did this. I did that. I did this. And here's my answer to the question I'm gonna ask y'all. Okay, my
you ready, guys?
Is all you need is one thing to work.
Yep, only one. Yep.
All you need is one thing to work. And if you stop before you get that one thing, you will never get it. And so, you know, I can feel it in my heart that there's somebody right now that's about to give up. That there's somebody, you know, because you've been trying business after business after business and nothing has worked. But, you know, you just needed to work one time.
One time, guys.
That's all it is.
That's all it takes, yeah.
Everything that hasn't worked has also pushed you closer to the thing that's going to work. So every idea that you failed at is pushing you closer to the idea that's going to happen, that's going to work. And so I just challenge everybody that's listening to me right now to prepare to succeed. Plan to be successful. Stop planning for things not to work. Get that out your mind. Get that out your heart. Matter of fact, erase that from whatever you see. Matter of fact, everybody that's around you that's telling you you're not going to do it, you can't make it, you don't have enough education, you don't have enough knowledge, you don't have enough information, you don't have enough money, kick they behind to the curb.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Period.
Say, yes, I can. Yes, I can.
That's that part.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I will.
Unidentified. I could be unidentified. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Great, man.
Absolutely, man. But T.O. Holmes, man, I mean, I appreciate you though, man. You drop a lot of knowledge right now as far as like, you know, finding yourself though, because you have to identify yourself or who you really are. And it definitely comes with, you know what I'm saying? Once you're able to identify yourself, then you have to install that belief that you're able to do that and then put it into action. But before you put it into action, you must come up with a plan though. Preparation is everything. So you nailed everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Preparation and appearance too. Appearances count a lot too. You gotta know what you're doing.
Got you. You
can't throw no sloppy seconds out there.
Yeah, no, definitely.
and I also, you know, I don't want people to think that this is going to be easy because it's not. Yeah. There are people all around you that don't want you to succeed. Even people in your camp that don't want you to succeed. People that tell you go ahead, do it. They're in the background trying to keep you back. You know, they're gonna always bring up, you know, what didn't do, what you used to do, who you used to be. Listen, bump all that, man. Keep moving. Keep moving. Move beyond that, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna be where you need to be, and they're gonna still be there talking about what happened yesterday. You cannot be bound by what you used to, who you used to be, what you used to do. You have to make sure you get yourself together and you keep moving forward.
That's it. Move forward.
Great message. Great message. Listen, so T.O. Holmes, man, we're glad you came on the show to give our listeners and our audience your perspective on how to unlock the power of their brand.
Yes,
here at the Roundtable Podcast, we're trying to do the same thing, unlock the power of our brand to the full extent. We're definitely going to be in contact with you about different marketing strategies to help ourselves as well. And we appreciate you, man, spilling this knowledge and telling the world, you know, how things work. Yeah, man, for sure.
Thank you for having me, man. Listen, everyone that's listened to me, that's listened to us, you know, find me on social media, hit me with the hashtag Then at the Roundtable, and we're gonna get something in your hand for free, man. We appreciate you listening. Pass the word, share this, you know, this YouTube, you know, share this broadcast, and listen, let's change the world, man. Let's make it happen. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
That's
sure, man. But one final thought before we leave. We always do a final thought on the podcast. So we're gonna let our guest T.L. Holmes do a final thought, or you know what, we're gonna leave you for last.
Yeah, let's leave
first
yeah.
because you're the most important part of the day today.
Yeah,
so Chris Ryder, let's start off with you, man.
That last point that he said about failure and the fear of failure was something that, I was just thinking about. And I think it was Thomas Edison who said, 99 times he failed to make the light bulb, but he didn't see it as failure. He saw it as a way not to do it anymore. And like you said, TL, that it just takes that one time. That's all you need is that one time. So if you fail 99 times, but that 100th time you do it, boom, you got it. And I think that's the biggest mistake in human, society or our beings, is that we don't want to continue to go. If we fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, 30, 40, we give up. And then we don't realize that if we just keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing that, and we believe in ourselves, we gonna make it and we gonna do what we need to do. I'm gonna end this off with this one quote that a really good friend of mine said. He said, "It's not the idea, but it's the execution behind the idea." And that stuck with me because it's like, we all have great ideas. TL, you said we all have great potential, but it comes down to the execution behind it.
Exactly.
That's the most important part, because we all have great ideas. It's never
put it into action. Yeah,
it's putting it, just how you put it into action. The tools, and being unidentified and now being identified is the most important thing. And this man right here, to all our listeners, is giving us the tools to succeed. So this is such an honor to have you on, my brother. You've definitely put a lot of things in perspective for me, because I was listening, quietly.
Yeah, he was very quiet.
Yeah.
Just taking notes. Just taking notes.
I was taking it in.
Because that meat's gonna cut tomorrow.
But it's true. I've kind of had that strategy in the way that I operate. It's like, I'm gonna do what I'm good at, and then I'm gonna put people in place to do what they're good at. And if you give people more than what they can handle, you're gonna crash and burn.
Yeah.
That's just such a great thing to, it's just you put a lot of things that I already had in my head into a new perspective. So, it's a great honor to have you on the show, my brother. And that's my final thought.
Awesome.
My final thought is, find what you're good at, do your research, and launch. And Godspeed, man. Don't let nothing hold you back. That's my final thought. I mean, keeping it
Any
nice
sloppy joes.
And don't do no sloppy joes.
I love
that.
One slice at a time, man.
Holmes' mama said.
One slice at a time.
T.L. Holmes' mama said, you
don't eat like Nelly now.
You gotta eat one slice at a time.
That part.
So,
oh man. So I mean, I'm gonna keep it short and simple as well, man. I mean, first, you only miss the shots that you don't take. And that's just real, And again, I think it definitely belongs. I mean, it starts with you finding your element of what you're truly good at, and really believing in yourself that you actually could actually accomplish that. So, definitely. Tia, you definitely touched upon it a lot, but just really preparation, and also having a plan for another plan, and then put it into action. Yeah. And with that, you could definitely, and I mean, failure only happens when you give up. That's when you fail, when you give up. So I mean, that's my final thought.
Absolutely.
All right, damn, man, we got a lot of good final thoughts today. I don't know, you ready for this, T.O.?
I don't know, Don. I might just need to go up on the
man, he's been killing it the whole podcast.
He's got more for you guys, man.
You just rephrasing what he said the entire time.
So listen, man. I think my final thought is going to be this. I want to come for round 2. I want to come for seconds. I want to come back to the table for seconds. I've been thinking about listening to you guys. Yeah. I think what's important, man, is for us to give people some real tools. Give people the ABCs to get the XYZ. So this is what my thought is. My thought is for me to come back to the table and let us have a flush session. One of the things I have with my clients is that's really trying to find out what the next step is we have a flush session, and where I take that idea and we put feet to it. So I tell you exactly what to do. I tell you exactly where to go. I tell you exactly what to look for. And if you guys are game to have me back for seconds, I'm definitely, game to come back.
He's always getting seconds to do that at the round table, man.
Hell
we
yeah,
got
man.
you.
We spent.
Don't you know we all kind of chunky here, TL? You ain't see us, but we all chunky because we always eating seconds and thirds and fourths and fifths.
We spent
Especially
about a
Nelson,
good 45 minutes going through a business plan or going through a process of taking an idea and creating it into something that's monumental.
But basically, what we'll be doing is a live workshop on the podcast with you.
Absolutely. So
we got a free workshop from you. Damn, man.
Hey, listen, that's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money,
man.
But listen,
I was about to go break my piggyback to you. You said it's free, so I ain't doing that.
If you really want that, I want them to hit you guys up right now and just say, put down a 1-1. Just send you a 1-1. And that lets us know that they want to have this session, this one-on-one session with me, TL Holmes. I'm actually gonna do this too. I'm gonna bring a couple of people from my team, and we're gonna really, sit with you guys, and we're gonna hash out, developing the power and helping you unlock the power of your brand. I want to do that with you guys one-on-one. What do y'all think?
Let's do it.
Great.
Let's do it.
That's a great idea.
Thought, man.
That'll be a great idea like that. Our listeners, our audience, and people who are interested in unlocking the power of their brand, they can see us then at the round table, do it for them.
Yeah.
With you and your team.
Absolutely.
And it makes it a little bit easier for people to understand the
absolutely
concept when they see it live and direct.
Let's do it, Doc. Let's give people something they can hold on to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Something to talk about.
And that's what we've been focused on the last 3 weeks is with everything that's been going on is uplifting and
are you serious?
It up,
man. Listen, check out. So definitely check out all our podcast videos to our listeners and viewers out there. We've been definitely kicking a lot of knowledge the last couple of weeks. It's all about it.
Focusing on that brand, on that up and up, and labeling yourselves and uplifting our communities through branding and businesses, and because we control so much of the dollar that we don't even realize our full potential. And having you on this show is showing people that this is how you do it, and this is how we're gonna get to that next level.
Yeah, so I really, again, like you said, I want to have the workshop format where I'm sharing my screen, I'm sharing information, I'm sending people content, I'm sending people to websites, giving you real information.
There you go. That's exactly what it is. Information. That's it.
Knowledge is power. Use it well.
Let's do this, bro. They had no idea what they've just logged into, bro. I'm ready.
All right, man. You already know what it is.
Let's go, TL Holmes, man. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you, man.
With TL Holmes, marketing strategist, and author of Unidentified, man. Thanks for coming on the show, man. We'll see you the second time you come for the plate to dinner at the round table.
Yes,
it's a real dinner.
We're gonna have some food too. We're gonna have some real good food.
Don't start. Don't do it like that. Boy, don't have no.
Yo, James' mom makes a good bacalao, man. I'm telling you, she makes a good bacalao.
Listen, it's on.
We're gonna have some pie too. We're gonna have some pie there.
We're gonna have some pie too. Sloppy joes for Nelson.
I'm telling y'all, I'm so serious. I'm gonna have me something to eat while we talk. I'm telling y'all. Yep. So if y'all see my look, wow, okay, we gonna have dinner for real.
Let's go, man.
That's all good. But the real dinner, the dinner at the round table, is a food for thought. You already know. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace out.